Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another live coding with AI. My name is Jardin. I'm from Bleeding Code, and today we are going to be working on a little bit of React and Ant Design. I'll give a quick explanation of that shortly, but just quickly on the agenda. So I've got an app called DeSo Ops, which is a decentralized app that interacts with the DeSo blockchain, and what I'll be doing over here is I'll be just building a little bit of a UI part. I'll show you how it currently looks and how I want it to look. I will check for Q&A every 15 minutes. So I'll do 15-minute sprints and then sort of check if there's any questions or anything that people want to know, and I'll do my best. And even if you have suggestions and stuff, this is an open place. Everyone's allowed to have your opinions and even help me or ask any kind of questions that I'm able to answer. As long as we all just, work together, be kind to each other, and treat each other professionally, I'm good to go. Anything goes. So estimated time is about 1 to 2 hours, and I will have this as a replay on YouTube. You go to youtube.com/bleedingcode. You'll be able to find one of my podcasts, which is live coding with AI. So today's milestones for this React application is I want to complete the quick action section that I'll show you shortly, and I want to complete the copy-to-clipboard functionality that I want available in that quick action section. And if there's enough time, I'm going to start working on the Randomize UI interface, which is linked to the randomize function that I built yesterday in the first episode of Live Coding with AI. And we'll start seeing what that's going to look like in the UI. So if we take a look at the current DeSo Ops portal, we can see that the quick actions is a drop-down where we allow them to do things like reset session, refresh amounts and pricing, and then copy certain individuals to clipboard, which is fine. But what we really want to go with is I'm doing the UI completely over, and what we'll be doing is rather using a little bit more dynamic functionality. So you can see over there, we're going to use some colors, buttons, and instead of them having to click on a drop down, we'll have them rather quick actions, and they can just tap on the buttons and it will do what they need to do. So we're going to be working on this quick action section over here. So let's get started, everyone. I'm going to go full screen on my screen over here, and then I'm going to go to our React template. So what I do over here is I have a very standard template. I built it using Create React App, and what I do over here is I just install the stuff that I would usually end up working with, which is Ant Design, Prettier, and a few other things over there. So it allows me to sort of get up and running very quickly to just start working and doing what I need to do inside the application. And here is where we'll go and build some of the components. So over here, I'm going to go and in the components, I'm just going to go and create a new folder, and I'm going to call it Quick Actions Card. And then inside there, I'm going to create a file, and I'm going to call it index.js. All right. So in this index.js, I'm going to see if I can use AI over here, and I'm going to go to the co-op lab, or GitHub, Copilot lab, sorry. So I'm going to be using Copilot. And for those who don't know, Copilot basically interfaces with ChatGPT 3.5, and it provides, it's sort of very, if I understand it correctly, it has a very focused sort of functionality requirement that works with developers over here. So we've got this Copilot Labs, which if you are subscribed to Copilot, you get Copilot Labs for free, and it's all their sort of latest innovations that are not necessarily what one would call stable releases, but it does provide some funky functionality, and I'm gonna be using that as much as possible over here. So there is, under brushes, there is a custom section, and this custom section is almost the same as interfacing with Google Bard or ChatGPT in the browser. Okay, it's just a lot more sort of a lot smaller, and you might not be able to provide too much context over here, but maybe for what we are trying to do, let's see if Copilot can work with us and just give us, allow us to develop as quickly as possible. So I'm just going to say over here, create a functional component called Quick Actions Card, and import the card component from Ant D, and from the Ant D module. All right, let's see if it can do that for us. Nice. So that was a bit underwhelming. All right, so it looks like we can't do too much, right? We can't ask it to do too many things. That's fair. So let's go again and just say, create a functional, create a ReactJS functional component called quick actions card. Let's see if that will work now. Okay, there, much better. Okay, so we have to just be a lot more relaxed. How can I put it? With all the things that we wanted to do. That's fair, but it did a great job. So now suddenly, it actually almost understood what I wanted to do with it. So if I save this, and we go over here and we try and preview this. Oh, sorry, it's not displaying. So if we go to the app.js, I currently just got the headers over here. So what I'd rather do is I'm going to import this quick actions card. There we go. And Copilot is just sort of allowing me to autofill as I code, which is cool. And now if we go over here, let's see, quick actions card. And there we go. There's our card ready to go. So that's good, good, good. Nice. Copilot's already sort of doing the things quickly for us. So if I go over here, I want some buttons. And the one is going to be reset dashboard, refresh dashboard values, and copy to clipboard. Okay, so I'm going to go inside back to my quick actions card. And then what I want to do is I want to add some basic buttons over here. So I'm going to go and say, now if I go here and type create 3 buttons using Ant D button component. Okay, so if I enter that, then it's almost recommending. You see, and this is where I struggle. I struggle this whole typing out thing of what I wanted to do. I rather go here and just say, create 3 buttons using Ant D button component. Okay, so go give me 3 buttons. Nothing. Let's try again. Come on. Come on. You see, so we are going to struggle with this a little bit. Now, here's a fun, here's something we can try for fun. Let's go to Google Bard itself, and now we can provide a lot more context. So we can say, act as a ReactJS developer using the create React app 18 template. Okay, and you've imported Ant or Ant D, yeah, Ant Design, Ant D. All right, so act as a ReactJS developer using using the Create React App 18 module, yeah, using Create React App 18 version 18. And you've imported Ant Design version 5. Okay. Act as a React, create the following. Follow. What am I doing? Create the following for me. Okay. So I'm going to say over here, 3 buttons using Ant D button component. So 3 buttons with Okay, so let's have some fun over here. Let's go over here. All right. A functional ReactJS component called quick actions card. Okay. Then a card, yeah, an Ant D card with the title quick actions, and then two buttons, and yeah, two Ant D buttons. Okay, two Ant D buttons with the names. And what I want to do here is I'm saying reset dashboard, refresh dashboard values. Okay. So with the names reset dashboard and refresh dashboard values. Okay, and then I'll say, yeah, that's fine. Then one Ant D drop down button with the label copy to clipboard. Okay, copy to clipboard, and three drop down and three sub with three drop down menus with labels what did I want to do here? Selected users in table, followers, following. Selected users in table, followers, following. Okay. Selected users in table, followers, following. And yeah, let's give it a go. Let's see if Bard can throw this for us. And if it can't, we'll even try GPT. I've got GPT open as well. We'll have to use GPT 3.5 if you are if you don't have a paid version. I do, and I'll end up using GPT-4 most of the time, but 3.5 will work just fine. So let's see what they did for us. They imported React, the card button, drop-down button, very nice. There's the functional component, quick actions card, very nice. Return the card title, quick actions, here's the types, yes. Drop-down button, key, copy to clipboard, trigger, click, and yeah, this is great. So let's copy the code. Here we go. Click on the copy. We go to our design. We paste, save, and what didn't it? Oh, so drop down. It missed one item. Let's see. Drop-down button is not exported from Ant. Import drop-down, imported as drop-down button. Okay, cool. So there's something missing over here. Drop-down button. Okay, so let's go see in the Ant Design components. No. Drop-down. So here's the drop-down. Okay. Which one? We want to use something like this, drop-down. There we go. So what is wrong? Why? We were using, I think this is the one that we tried to use. So let's go and see how the code looks. Button, drop down, message space tooltip. Okay, so it doesn't use a drop down. Instead, it uses drop down dot button. drop-down dot button. Okay, so drop-down dot button. So we did have to tweak this. I'm curious if GPT would have fixed this for us. If we go here and copy this and paste it into GPT, let's see what it will send. React and Ant. And then we import this as this. Make sure all the necessary dependencies. Okay, that's good. However, okay, did a little bit. I think that, yeah, this worked better for us. It uses a menu. Let's see how this looks. So here's our card. Okay, so this over here, it worked much better. Thank you very much. And what we can do is we can go to GPT and maybe just ask it a drop-down button. Yeah. One empty drop-down button with 3 drop-down menus. So let's just edit this to say one empty drop-down button. Okay, deprecated. With one button, one drop-down dot button. So we want to use the drop-down dot button and drop-down dot items. I think that's what we want to use according to this. Drop-down dot button, drop-down dot, yeah, drop-down dot button. Okay. So let's go back to GPT and just rename that. So we say one empty drop-down dot button component. And what is the, yeah, with the label Copy-To-Clipboard with 3 items. And what is it called? I think, yeah, 3 menu items. Yeah, 3 menu items. Okay, let's just call it, yeah, 3. It should actually know labels selected here, the following. And then we'll also just say add on-click events for each of the buttons and items. So what I did was I edited the existing message. I didn't go and create a new one or anything. I edit the existing one. So we add additional context and we see if it can do. So let's copy this code. Save. What's menu is not defined. So let's see here. Stop using menu. Okay, so drop down. Overlays menu. No. Okay, now here's the problem. It thinks it's using an old version of React because its knowledge base sort of ends at September 2021 and everything else it has to kind of learn on the fly. But what we can at least do is go here and just fix some of those things. So we can see that the drop down is menu. Okay. Let's see. Menu. Sure. And then the menu. So the menu is that. And we can just copy this and fix that problem quickly. Okay. We can't have it do everything for us. I mean, const menu props is handle copy to clipboard. You selected users in table. I wouldn't have done it that way. So let's see what this is a typical menu item. All right. So we can just say items. And we can put over here, selected users in table. And let's see if Copilot can help us finish this up a little bit faster. Key is 1, icon is, I like that. That's pretty cool. But we're just going, yeah. Yeah, let's use that user outline. I like it. Danger is true. No. Okay. And then on click, handle menu click. We said handle copy to clipboard. Handle copy to clipboard. Okay. So now we don't need this anymore. Go over here. Overlay, and it's not overlay, it is menu is equal to menu on click is equal to handle copy. I don't think we need to. I think we could actually do this. On click is handle copy to clipboard. Let's try that. Okay, and then we don't need it over here. We can just say that the items, menu items is equal to, will that work? And user outlined, did it not get imported? Okay. Where does user outlined come from? So that will work over there. And for now, let's just get this working. We'll find the user outline shortly. All right. List.map is not a function. Oh, it's an array. Items is an array. Sorry about that. Here we go. Okay, good. What we want to do now is we want to see if we can get this user outlined. That's from the Ant Design icons. Okay, so that'll fix that problem. There's the user icons. Very good. Okay. So now we can copy and paste this. We can say followers, key of 2, and following key of 3. Now, what I can also do is these keys can rather be something like selected users. Because I know I'm going to put these in enums, by the way. Thank you, Copilot. Right, and then we have this handle copy to clipboard item. So let's do a console.log and see what that item is. We should have actually just asked GPT. What am I doing? Should have asked GPT. We didn't have to ask GPT. It already did it for us. We're just messing around. Drop down button, menu, on click. Okay. So we can go over here to console. And if we click on that, that shouldn't have an on. Okay. So let's try something here. Let's just go and see in the Ant Design, how does that work? See, you have all of this, menu props. I suppose, because now what it's doing is it's not actually doing anything over there. Okay. Well, what we could do is we could say, don't put it there, but rather, yeah. What it's called on click? Or is it on menu click? Come on, find it for me, man. What did GPT tell us? Oh, there. It is on click. Menu is menu props. Okay. I think I know what I did. It's on click. Firstly, is that number one, and then menu items. Over here, menu. Okay, that should be fine now. Here we go. The key selected users. So now we know that, and now if we click on copy to clipboard, nothing happens. I don't want them. In fact, I want to maybe just change this to be a down arrow. So what we can do is go to the Ant Design, go to the drop-down button. Let's go here. Drop-down button. Icon. Okay. So drop-down button icon is equal to, and we can use that, and it will be the down outlined. That should do it. Okay, that's better, because at least I think, we can rather let the user see that it can drop down. And then once we click on that, then we're good. All right. Then I see it's also got a loading. So if I go drop down and I say loading is true, oh, silly me, sorry. Okay. And I think I don't even need to provide that. I just say loading. Okay, so that will show that. It's still, yeah. So it's one thing to show loading. It's another thing to maybe show disabled. Okay, good. So now that means that we can do a loading and set loading on top of a here. So we can go and we can maybe just ask, let's see, create a React hook called loading, set loading, which manages a Boolean value. Oh, man, it's not working well. Okay, so let's see if it will just work over here. Const loading, set loading. There we go, use state. Okay, good. And menu items, set menu items. No, I can do a control tab to ask for something else, or command tab. No. Okay, so that's fine. We can add that, and we'll just say over here, disabled, set disabled, and that will be false. Okay. Use state. Let's import use state from React. There we go. And we are good. So now, if we want to say handle copy to clipboard, we could just go first and say set loading is true, set disabled is true, and then item.key. Now, what we can do is just to give it an impression that it's actually doing something, we can just go and do a set timeout. So that's pretty cool. So Copilot's kind of like, it kind of thought that I wanted to do something like that. That's pretty cool. So what we're going to do here is, that's good. And now over here, we have to change this is equal to loading, and disabled is equal to disabled. If copy to clipboard, it's disabled, and after 3 seconds, or actually no, that's a bit quick. Oh, I changed it to 1 second. What am I saying? So let's change it to 3. Very nice. Okay, very, very cool. I love it. The copy to clipboard, we can go to Ant Design icons, and I'd like to actually show, I'd like to see the icons. All right, so icons. It's got a number of icons already. Has it got like a clipboard? Paperclip. Copy. Oh, there we go. Copy outlined. So we can go over here and we can just add copy outline. Thank you. And we can go and put the drop down button. Does it give us an icon for the drop down button? Oh, what am I doing? Let's just see. Does it not allow us to do like a left? Oh, this is pretty cool. I'm trying to see if I can actually give an icon on the left. So the drop down has a where the other arrow should be visible. I'm using this icon down outlined when maybe we should just be using arrow. That'll work better because no. All right. So arrow, whether to adjust the drop down placement automatically, whether to the drop down arrow should be visible. It's a Boolean, point at center. It's either Boolean or it's a point at center Boolean, but it doesn't seem to be working. Here's the menu with the menu props. Trigger, click, hover, context. By default, it's hover. That's fine. But then the drop-down button itself, see, icon appears on the right, but there's no icon for the left. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. So we're not gonna do that. We'll go back to the icon down icon. We can't do a left drop down copy to clipboard. We'll leave it like that. These over here, we can do an icon for them just to make them look a little bit better. So we'll just say it's a refresh icon. Do we have a refresh icon? Am I trying my luck over here? Let's go to icon. And let's just see here, refresh. Is there a refresh option? No? Reload. Reload outline. Okay, so reload outline. There we go. It should have added it there already. And copy outline is not going to work for us, but at least we can do reload outline, and hopefully I'm right over here. React app. Okay, cool. Now, I don't worry too much about the look and feel because I will rather just go and manage that somewhere else. So what I want to do now is with the copy to clipboard, I want to go and manage the event handling for that. So I'm going to go to GPT and I'm going to ask it, write JavaScript, create a JavaScript function that copies text, copies the provided text to the clipboard, and will work on all modern web browsers. That feels a little bit. This will copy. Note that for security, most modern browsers require the copy command to be triggered by a user action, such as a button click. If you call the copy to clipboard from an event handler, it should work as expected. Okay. Is the code you provided conforming to best practices and production, and is production ready? Okay, so error handling. The current code doesn't handle potential errors that may occur. It's a good practice to handle errors. Okay, let's change the question. Rewrite the code. There we go. Interesting. Okay. All right. Right. Wrapped in a try-catch block. Handling the potential also includes additional steps to select the entire text and handle the success and error scenarios. The success log messages. Okay. Remember to call this function in response to user actions such as a button to comply with security policies. Additionally, consider implementing error handling and user feedback in your application's UI to provide better user experience. Is there anything else we could add to this function to make it available to other users as an online snippet? Make the function. Right. To make the function available as an online snippet for other users, we can wrap it in an immediately invoking function expression and expose it as a global function. This way, users can easily call the function without having to include the code themselves. Here's an updated version of the code. I didn't know this. What do you mean? Expose the function as a global function. Oh, okay. But it's doing everything the same. I'd rather go for this. All right. Copy to clipboard. So I'm going to go to CodePen, and I'm going to create a new pen, and I am going to call it settings, pen details, GPT approved, JavaScript, GPT, yeah, JavaScript, copy text to clipboard, GPT version, GPT optimized. How's that? Okay, JavaScript copy to clipboard function. Yeah, a generic base function that will work on modern browsers, that copies the text, copies the provided text to the user's clipboard. It's using GPT. This function is optimized and production ready, as long as it's used via a user-invoking action like an on-click event. So JavaScript, JS, copy to clipboard, GPT, yeah, that's fine. JavaScript, JS. Okay, good. So that's fine. Save and close, and then all we do is we add the function. Okay. So here's a question. Is it like I now run this copy to clipboard in my JavaScript, and it will go and perform the necessary action. But if there was an error or something went wrong, how do I know about it? You know, this thing doesn't have a returning function. So what I'd like to know from, I don't know, Bard or GPT. Let's try GPT over here. What I'd like to know is it not better to rewrite this function as a promise, where we can better manage when the function has completed and if there was an error. So thank you, much better. Because with this implementation, the copy now returns a promise. The promise will be resolved if the text is successfully copied to the clipboard, and it will be rejected if there's an error during the operation. So I'm happy with that. By chaining then and catch methods, promises return. You can handle the success. Using promises allows for more success and error paths, making it easier to manage the comp. Okay, excellent. Why was a promise not recommended when I asked the logic to be rewritten using best practices? Cause using a promise based is okay. This is important, everyone. What I'm doing over here is I'm saying I wanted this thing to sort of have the best practices and production ready standards. So if GPT is saying that a promise should have been the way to go, why didn't it recommend it in the first place? That I not maybe provide additional insight that it needed to in order to choose which direction it should go to. So if we take a look at this, we can see using a promise is indeed a best practice, especially when dealing with asynchronous operations like copying text to the clipboard. The previous version of the code without promise was a simpler implementation that didn't handle asynchronous. In the context of a synchronous operation like copy to the clipboard, the earlier code would work fine. However, when it comes to error handling, providing a promise-based interface allows for more explicit handling of success and failure cases, making the code more robust and flexible. The use of promises enables easier chaining operations. Therefore, using a promised approach, as demonstrated in the latest version of the code, aligns more closely with best practices. I'm happy that it says that because I've been wondering every time I ask Bard or GPT for a best practice approach when creating these functions, that it doesn't come back and give me a promise-based solution. So maybe either I should ask for a robust best practice function with explicit error handling. Maybe that's the term, a robust function conforming to best practices with explicit error. And I shouldn't even say explicit error handling. It should be production ready. I wonder if GPT or AI would actually know how to determine that or automatically determine that. Anyway, so what we have over here is we need the console. Let's just change this view so that it's all on the left, and we use the console on the right. And let's minimize this quickly. We don't need this. So I just want this, and then let's just go and test what happens if we run this code. Okay, so if I paste, if I paste, it can work. Let me think. Copy to clipboard. Okay, so hello world. That should actually run. All right, so okay, so that ran, and if I go somewhere else and paste, it's not copying to clipboard. So what am I missing? Does it disable it or something? Oh, it should be triggered by an on click event, not otherwise the browsers will stop that kind of copy to clipboard. So that's fine. We will now go and take this over here. So let's go to settings quickly, and let's say that this is public. It's not private. Okay, save and close. Here we go. There's my pen saved. So that's something for everyone. At least they've got that now. So I'm going to go in the meantime, and I'll take this, and I'll go into our source, and I'm just going to go and create a new file, and I'm going to call it utils.js, and I will add the code there, and I will say export const copy to clipboard is equal to yeah, I should also The signature command ID, the declaration was marked as deprecated. Let's just tell GPT. Oh, is that how it does it? The updated code checks if the clipboard API is available using the navigator.clipboard before attempting to write the text to the copy using that. So if it's not, then we will throw an airport clipboard API is not supported. Okay, that's so, yeah, so let's go and test this quickly. And let's just do this again, export const, copy to clipboard. I love fat arrow functions. It did it for the promise, but it didn't do that. And that's another thing. So when one wants to ask for functions and stuff, you need to be specific. If you want it using modern standards, and maybe that's the thing, using modern ES standards that are compatible with modern browsers. As of, I don't know, we'll need to sort of understand that. So navigator.copy.write text. And then it will either resolve or it will reject. I'm happy. So we can now go to index.js for the quick actions, and where we're doing a handle copy to clipboard, what we can do now is inside here, let's write the logic there. So let's still make as if it's actually trying to do something, but what we can do is we can do an async on this, and then we can do an await, and we will do copy, navigator. Is that all it's doing? I think what's different with ours is it does check to see if the navigator is available, which I think is a good thing. So all we're doing in our logic is we've been a little bit more, again, best practices. Nice. Okay. So this should work. And what we can do is we can do from Ant, we can import message. Message is actually very cool. And we can go here to await. Set loading is false, and we can do a message dot, I think it's success, and we can just say, yeah, successful. Good. Yeah. Let's just reload this, and we can go to, there we go. And we passed selected users. There we go. Beautiful. It's working. So what else do we need in order to finalize our code over here? We said that we wanted to complete the quick action section. I'm busy working on that. Complete the copy to clipboard functionality and start working on. The copy to clipboard functionality is pretty much good to go. The UI is ready for us. And what we can do now is go ahead and just finish the reset dashboard, which is fine because it's a void function. So we're not passing it anything. But what we want to do is we want to make, okay, good. The reset dashboard button, check what I'm going to do with GPT now. Okay. For the reset dashboard button, we need to treat this as a danger event. So rewrite the logic for the component and event and event do the following. All right, so here we go. Number one, use a color for the button that shows it should be treated carefully. It should be managed, be used carefully. Okay. Number one. Number two, provide using Ant D. Provide a confirm prompt in the event with a message to confirm if the user understands and wants to proceed. Okay. 3, use best practices. Use best practice and robustness. Use best practices, robustness, and modern ES standards when creating this logic. What else should I ask it to do? Well, let's see what it gives me. Okay. Let's. So I'm just going to copy it. I'm not going to copy this whole thing. So yeah, is the reset dashboard. So yeah. In fact, all it's doing is it's got type danger. That's fine. Okay. The reset dashboard type is danger, and then we're more concerned with the logic. Handle reset. There we go. This is what I want. Okay. Handle reset dashboard. Model should be imported from Ant D, and that should be good to go. So now we go to our app. Are you sure you want to reset the dashboard? This action cannot be undone. Cancel, confirm. That's nice. Reset, cancel. There we go. So we're using the on OK, on cancel, and we know what to do moving forward. I think the only thing that sort of why is the color code for this button type danger? Let's go to icon and design button. Here we go. So let's just go and see what it did wrong here. I want to do that loading as well. And then danger default. Danger default. Oh, you just say danger. That's fine. Okay. So danger, and then also we have disabled, right? So I want to do this over here, loading and disabled. I think it will work on the button as well. So when we do a handle reset, we want to just go and add here. Then over here, we can do the set loading and disabled is true. And then we can just do this over here. And on OK, we are going to... no, we're not doing that. We're just saying set false and success. Otherwise, so we'll say over here reset confirmed. reset, cancel. Okay. I have to take those timeouts away. But now that looks much better. And it's, it shouldn't be doing that. Okay, I'll have to create loadings for each one. So cancel. I'd waited a second and confirm. Good. Okay, so all we got to do here is set loading, set disabled. So we'll do set CTC loading. And here's a good trick, everyone. All right. I want to do a use selector instead of creating these React hooks for each one. So I'm going to see if GPT will help me. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say instead of using a React hook for each prop, for each prop, I would like to use a use selector instead, mimicking a set state where all the props exist in one state and I can update them individually as needed. All right, let's see. Oh, you're rewriting the whole code. Okay. So, dashboard reducer. Now this is a bit advanced. I think you were. No. Okay. No, it didn't. It didn't do what I wanted it to do. But let me just go. I think I'm using it somewhere. Yeah. Set state. Yes. No. That's reset. There we go. State, set state. So over here, this is what I wanted, and I will explain this shortly. But we have to do a use selector. Oh, it's a use reducer, John. That's why I didn't understand what I wanted to do. Let's see if it actually understands what I wanted. If I fix that, use reducer. Again, it's too advanced. It's actually much easier than that. Sorry, everyone. It's much easier than that. So this is what we want over here. And I'm going to go back to our logic. I'm going to go put this at the top. And we need to import use reducer. So there, it comes in over there. And I don't want that logic for now. But now what I want is I want CTC loading, which is by default false. And CTC disabled. Thank you, Copilot. And I also want reset loading is false. Reset disabled. Thank you. And I know for a fact that I'm going to be doing a thank you, Copilot. Yes. Refresh loading, refresh disabled. Thank you. So now I don't need this anymore. And this is actually kind of what we had initially with before React hooks came into place. This is our React used state. So we're kind of moving back to that because a use reducer is just so much better than trying to do a use state on everything. So now instead of this, I can now go and just say set state, reset loading, reset disabled is true. That's it. That's all I need to do. And then over here, well, yeah, we're on the reset. Set reset false. Okay. And we'll need to put it over here as well. And this we can say warning. There. All right. Now, let's see Copilot give me an option there. Set state, CTC loading is true. Thank you. And over here, Thank you. And then, oh, we have to do this, refresh dashboard values. And this is also a confirm. Okay, so we can actually just copy the content inside here. And we can now remove this. Thank you. Let's just say refresh values. Okay. Are you sure you want to refresh the values in this refresh values in this dashboard? Okay. This action cannot be undone. Okay, danger, and then we can just do that, refresh. Oh, so easy. Thank you, Copilot. Okay. And now, over here, all we need to fix over here is state. Come on. Okay, this is the copy to clipboard. CTC loading. And state.ctc disabled. Here we go. Okay. We'll copy that. And then over here, this will be the reset loading. And reset. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fine. And then the refresh is refresh loading. Oh, that didn't really work. Then disabled. Okay. I should now have a working UI where if I want to reset the dashboard and I click on it, it says reset dashboard. Are you sure you want to reset the dashboard? This action cannot be undone. It is disabled and it's showing the loading icon. Thank you very much. If I click on cancel, it will just wait a second and give us a warning indicator that we canceled. But if I go and click confirm, it will give a reset confirmed, showing us that everything worked well. Refresh dashboard values. Only refresh is loading. That's good. Cancel. There we go. And confirm. There we go. Okay. Finally, copy to clipboard. If I go down and selected users, it's disabled. Success. And there's no confirmation prompt required over here because all you're doing is you're just copying these values to the clipboard. Okay, so that is our quick actions. And the last thing that I would probably do is I would add one more drop-down button over here, and I would call it return random users. Return random users. Okay. And I will do pretty much everything similarly over here. This will be return, and this will be a down icon, and this will be return menu items, and this will be CTC menu items. Okay. So what am I doing here? I am going to this and I will change this to CTC menu items. I will copy this. I mean, we don't need AI for this part. We're literally copying and pasting. I think one would have to be seriously lazy to now say, listen, let AI do this for me. All I want is handle return random users. Thank you, GP or Copilot. Handle, we'll still do that. Okay. And then we'll say from selected users, followers, or following. And then that should do it. Yeah. Okay. Then all we need to do now is handle this over here. And for now, Copilot handle return. There we go. Handle return, and we need the item, and this will be return loading. return disabled. And then if I take this away, Copilot will allow me so it will know what I did. We don't want to do that. We just want to simulate for now. And then finally, we just need over here on top. Come on, Copilot. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Right. So this gives us return random users from selected users in table, followers, or following. Okay. So, and then when this happens, all right, this is where I'm going to use GPT, because what I want is I want a model dialog. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go and copy all of this, go to GPT, and I'm going to say the following code is an updated version of what you provided. Okay. For the return random users event. So for the handle return random, so for the handle return random users event, I want to create a model prompt for the user, and we have to say over here, using Ant Design, create a model prompt for the user where they need to specify how many random users they want to return. Okay. It should display in the title which drop-down item they selected, item.key or item.text, I think. Okay. With options, with button options, yeah, what is it? Button options of 1, 3, 5, 10 other, where this, okay, where if other is selected, I hope GPT is going to do this for us, where if other is selected, then yeah, where if other is selected, then the user must specify a numeric value. Okay. Finally, in the model prompt, dialog prompt, there should options should be available for the user to cancel the operation, or proceed, Here we go. Certainly, here's an updated version that includes a model prompt for the return random users functionality, allowing users to specify the number of random users to be returned. I'm very curious what it's going to do here. Good. I'm glad that it's keeping what I had. And now handle reset, no. Handle refresh, no. Handle copy to clipboard, handle return. Okay, handle return random users item, set model visible to. Handle model confirm, okay. Return menu items, selected users in table. Continue. I learned this. I don't know if you saw that, but it has a limit to the amount of text that it will return. So either we had to be specific that we only wanted maybe something, or that the trick is to just type continue, and it will continue loading what it was busy over here. So it's actually just moving forward. Obviously, there's a little bit of formatting issues